What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live on a Chicago Bears Victory Tuesday, which means I'm in a better mood than I would have been if things hadn't turned out our way. Holy cow. What a great finish to that game, which, if you are a supporter over on Geeks and Gamers Locals, you could have watched my reaction to the end of that game, because Beardo was streaming it. I was obviously live during that time as well, watching things go horribly, horribly wrong and thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be another collapse while I'm live. And then I hopped over to the local stream and everything turned around. Bears got a victory, baby, which is always good. Already see my man Doug B. Bear down, baby. That's right. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Let's fucking go for $100 from Doug B. That's what I'm talking about. It was a great day. It was a great day to be alive, and so is today. I almost don't feel like killing myself this week because of how good I feel after that victory. I'm not saying I'm totally there, but I'm working my way to thinking maybe I do want a long, glorious life in this mortal world. Jay, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, but there is I got a little news this morning that I think it might be good news. I don't know. We'll see. It's about the fast food industry. Apparently, our good friends over at Arby's is being sued for false advertising. Lawsuit says the ad makes the sandwich appears to have at least 100% more meat than they really do. It made the meat look like rare roast beef when it's actually fully cooked. Arby's has lost its motion to dismiss the case. So if they lose the case, does that mean we're going to be getting actual real advertisement of what these big beef and cheddars and Jamocha shakes and everything actually are?
That's the thing, man. This would be a precedent setter if this goes forward, because we all know this. Everywhere you go, every store you go to, every restaurant you go to, they do everything they can to make the food look better than it is. And in fact, sometimes during these advertisements, they're not even using the actual food. Like for pizza advertisements, they're not using real cheese. They're using glue. They're using glue to make it look like the cheese is hanging off of it and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of chance this actually has, because again, it's not just Arby's, this is everybody. With all that being said, I'm gonna be real. Throw some Arby's sauce on that, and I'll eat the fuck out of it. I don't care, dude. That on the right. Throw some more Arby's sauce on that. I will be scarfing that down.
It's good, man. I'll never forget the time me and Ryan were on a road trip, and I introduced him to the Jamocha shake. Man, right after we left Stuckey's, I think the Stuckey's gas station to get that pecan log. You remember that?
That place is trash. I passed Stuckey's when I drove up to Chattanooga, by the way.
Good old Stuckey. That's what they're famous for, is their giant pecan log.
It looks like a big fucking turd. I don't know why anybody wants to eat that.
No, it is interesting that Arby's lost the motion to dismiss the case. I guess we'll see what will happen. But yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of common sense when you see the advertisements that it's not going to look like that when you get it, right? Like, don't isn't that the world we live in now? It's kind of like, yeah, it's not going to look like that.
That is the understanding that everyone has. However, is it okay? Is it
That's true.
acceptable? You
Is it
know, like
okay?
we've all kind of moved on with it and assume, hey, okay, whatever, blah blah blah. It just is what it is. When you go to McDonald's, the Big Mac ain't gonna look like that. You know that this isn't gonna look like that. You know all of this stuff. But is that okay? Is that okay that that's the world we live in? Because look, I just told you that I'm cool. Take away what's on the left. I'm putting my hand over what's on the left right now so I can't see it. I'm eating the fuck out of that double beef and cheddar. I'm telling you right now, I am. So just be honest with me. It'd be really funny if they got out of it by just saying that all of their fucking workers are incompetent, right? That the minimum wage fucktards that drive me crazy every time I go to any fucking fast food restaurant or whatever, like those people that piss me off. I would love it if they pinned it on them. They're like, well, listen, we have such low IQ retards working for us. We can't be expected to deliver this. And they go into like a whole fucking DEI thing about like what this. Dude, I would love it. That's great. Arby's, run that defense, man. I'm telling you.
The thing is, though, if they lose the lawsuit, like, what do they have to? Who are they paying? Like, how? I haven't really. Is it an individual?
All I know is
suing?
literally that tweet that you just showed me. That's all I know about this case.
That's all I saw too. I went to the where it came from, and it's a guy that it's one of those law tube people that cover all kinds of law stuff. So I'd have to like take the time to go through like everything to see exactly what's going on with all that. So all this guy does is like he puts subpoenas and everything up on his Twitter. I mean, it's like so just so you get where I'm coming from. This is like he's also like creatine gummies brand is being sued. So he puts all that stuff up there and he goes through some of the things. There's
Can you go up a little bit on that? Can you go up to where that was? Yeah, so like this stuff is a way bigger deal, right? Especially in the fitness space and stuff like that. There are a lot of products that get sold that turns out that they're not exactly up to par. What they're putting in isn't up to par and all that stuff. The idea that you're buying creatine gummies, and supposedly this independent tester is like, there's actually no creatine in it. That's fucked up, dude. Like that is so fucked up. That's way more important to me than Arby's food looking bad. But who knows, right?
Creatine.
Yeah, that's nuts. So like if the Arby's thing, it might be one dude. If one dude is doing this and he starts, what's he suing for? Fucking $10 that he spent on Arby's.
Yeah.
But if you can get a bunch of people together to make it some form of class action lawsuit against Arby's, who knows what that could be?
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, you're basically just eating a gummy. Like it's a gummy that's like 20 calories or something at that point. That's nuts. I'm not a big fan of the creatine gummies. Just put it in your fucking shake or drink or something.
I have the I have the creatine that has like had no flavor. You can just put it in water.
Yeah, I don't put it in. I put it in other stuff because I don't want to like.
Right.
I feel like even if it's tasteless, you put it in water. You're like, this is kind of strange. But yeah, you can put it in anything. Maybe somebody could put their creatine in a Coke Zero or something. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend that. But.
No, I don't.
And then Doug B for 50. Peace for now. I'm glad you added for now in the Middle East. Got approved from my house, and the Bears win all in the same day. Trifecta. Let's go.
A lot of victories over there for Dougie B.
Go. We're winning. We're winning today, Doug.
Yes.
We're winning today. Thank you, Doug B, for the $50 super chat. Yeah, Arby's is good. I like Arby's. The curly fries, the mozzarella sticks.
I even like those jalapeno poppers.
Jay's fucking dessert shake or whatever.
Jamocha shake, yeah.
Just give me a normal like, vanilla or chocolate. I'm good with that, dude. I don't need Jamocha. Sergio Garcia, does this mean we're not getting a nightly show? Yeah, when I first set up the stream, I accidentally set it for 11 p.m., Jay.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I like, as I was looking, because I realized I hadn't got a notification for the 30-minute warning, and I look in, it's like, oh shit, I put it at PM.
Rare Ryan mistake.
It happens every once in a while. It happens specifically a lot on this show. Just because
I rub off on Ryan.
No, not because of that. It's just because of the time that we set this show up for. So StreamYard, when you go to schedule a stream, will automatically put the initial time to start 2 hours after when you're setting it up, and then you can adjust it accordingly.
Got it.
So when I at around 10, right? If it's around 10:05, 10:10, something like that, when I'm setting the stream up, when I hit schedule, it'll automatically set it for like 12:20 p.m. And I'll adjust that to 11, but I sometimes forget to change it back to AM instead of PM. So that's why on this stream specifically, it gets me every once in a while. But I don't care. Bears won. Fuck that. Alex McCarthy for 2 Taco Bell funds. Meta PC, RK Outpost, or Drunk 3PO. I actually smashed some Taco Bell the other night after the Cubs lost. It didn't make me feel better. But thank you, Alex. Shout out Meta PC. Zud. Ryan and Jay Tuesday for the win.
Hey, thank you.
Vlad the Man. Hurrah. Why did the chicken cross the road? To see if Beardo's legs were part of the family. You right? Thank you. Bob Oif. Bob OIF, the third. Bob Oif. For 5. They need to start putting toppings back on top of sandwiches. What does that mean?
Like an olive, like where they put the little toothpick and you get like an olive or an onion ring or something on the top of sandwiches? Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
They still do that at Universal Studios at the Dagwood lunch shop.
Initially, like, when he said that, I thought he just meant like right on top underneath the bun, like the top bun.
Oh, maybe that's what he means. I don't know.
But to me, that's how most things come. I feel like most toppings do come like that. But maybe he's talking about what you're talking about. Maybe you got it right, Jay, probably. I am totally fine when I get a burger or something at a different place. I'm totally good if you put those to the side for me, like put the lettuce, tomato, onion, whatever on the side, and like let me put it on there. I'm cool with that, Blue Shell Draw 4. Most restaurants, when advertising, have a food stylist, which is why foods look much better in advertisements and photos. So there are tricks that make foods look better than it actually is displayed. 100%. The spray shit on it to make it look shiny and juicy. Like, there's a whole bunch of tricks. And it is not the food that you fucking eat. You don't eat the food that they are displaying. Like, there's no doubt about that. Again, the glue that they put in the pizza. So to get you that one shot of somebody putting their hands under a Pizza Hut pizza and lifting it up, and the cheese is just like still connected and gooey. And it's like, I ain't never had a Pizza Hut pizza like that in my fucking life.
No, yeah. Actually, though, that's Chicago. When I went to Chicago, and that family took me out to like my first ever bit of real Chicago deep dish.
You'll really see it. You'll see that. I was
like, holy crap! What a wonderful thing this is. It's my first time having that. They bring out forks and everything. You're like,
they go in there, hands. They get the thing, the personal your first dish, and they grab it, they pull it way up. It stretches like 2 feet long.
Yeah.
They hover it over the rest of the pizza, and then they take the thing and put it on the side of the plate so it drops down, and you got this nice, hot, fresh, gooey cheese. Incredible.
Butter crust.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Yes. Oh, where did I go? It was one of the oldest pizzerias. I can't remember the name. They said that there was only 2, but this one was one of the oldest. that's served, so they took me there, and it's also the one place that will overnight you a pizza if you pay for it. They freeze dry it, I guess, and they ship it all over
Well,
overnight in Chicago.
I guess I don't know specifically what you're talking about in terms of like a super old chain that does that. Basically, all the chains in Chicago kind of do that now. Giordano's will do that. Lou Malnati's will do that. They will like send you
I think
frozen
that's
pizzas.
where the second one you said. I think
Lou
that's the one.
Malnati's.
Yes.
There's a shit ton of chains around. Now,
Okay,
maybe you
okay.
did go to one of the original spots, which would have been cool.
Yeah, because
But
they
yeah,
had like old photos and stuff on. Maybe it was a chain, but
yeah, Lou
it was really
Malnati's is
cool.
fucking great. I love Malnati's. You got to also get the thin crust while you're there.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I had they brought me out one deep dish. I had 2 slices I couldn't finish, and they it was like 50 pounds in a box. Like took it back to the hotel room.
Yeah, you got to get the thin crust, because here's the thing. The Chicago deep dish pizza is awesome, but that's not your when people in this area of the country are getting pizza, that's not what you're getting every Friday night or whatever when you get pizza.
Right.
Like that's not you're getting the thin. You're getting the thin with the square cut. That's what you're getting, and it's really fucking good. Every once in a while, you get that deep dish. It's good.
It's just
But
what
it's
they were
expensive.
famous
It takes
for, I
forever to
guess, right?
make.
Yeah.
It's not really it is like a casserole. That's what you're eating. It is not like normal
Correct.
pizza.
Every time Jay says correct. Correct.
Doug B for $20. Everybody get in the car. We're going to Arby's to celebrate on me. Hell yeah.
I'm
Doug.
down. Give me that extra big beef and cheddar.
All the Mo kisses for $5. Off topic, I really love Tron Ares. My husband dragged me to it because his love for Nine Inch Nails. Amazing soundtrack. The movie was great in my eyes. I'm glad you really liked it. I can't give a good sentiment on it because I got so bored I fell asleep. Literally, I talked about that yesterday. But I'm glad you liked it. All the Mo kisses. I don't think it's a super popular movie with the fan base right now, but maybe it'll have a good hold. Maybe you'll be in the majority. Either way, I'm glad you liked it. Maximus for $1.99. Shiitake. Logan Johnson for $100. This is what happens when the Chicago Bears win, Jay. Everybody's happy. For Ryan and Jay, last day of my current job before I start driving next week. Here's to you boys and the chat. Logan.
Shout out.
Boss. Congratulations on your new job, leaving your old job, all that stuff. It's a good day. It's a good day. And thank you for the big donation.
Yes,
Logan.
thank you.
Caston for $1.99. Doesn't say anything. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Tobias for $10. Battlefield 6 is all right so far. Needs some fixes like hit registration and SMGs having little to no drop over distance. And the campaign wasn't great, but it's a good start. Better than 2042. That's good. I got to get it. I got to get the game. George Ramirez for $5. As a chef business owner for 23 years, food styling's real. Took a couple courses for advertising, and it's like makeup for food. Now they just use AI. Everything's AI, bro.
Yeah.
VJ the Vigilant Guitarist for $1.99. Do you guys see MTV shutting channels down?
Yeah, I talked about it this morning. Apparently, they're just MTV is going to shift focus to just focus on reality TV.
I mean, hasn't that what MTV's been for?
That's what but like I think MTV in Europe and some other stuff, like they're shutting down. It's not like what it used to be. I was saying, like I used to have like freaking MTV on all the time. Get home from school, you just turn on MTV and just let it ride.
It hasn't been music television for a long time now. I mean, I'm talking for 2 decades, possibly. It hasn't been that.
Yeah, but do people watch music videos? Like they used to? Maybe not.
On YouTube. Why would you sit? Here's a question. Why would you sit through MTV watching a bunch of videos that you don't know what are going to pop up if you can just go to YouTube and watch the fucking videos you want to see? Like, that's a question. And
correct.
In fact, no one's watching might be the answer. Wild Man for $2. Jay looking handsome as fuck. Hi, Ryan. Hello,
I did go to
wild
the
man.
gym last night during the football game. Felt good.
There you go.
Then I ate a big bowl of sugary cereal just to balance it out.
A buck over on locals from Ninroku. I've been doing more traveling, but how do you guys go to Chicago without getting mugged and or ventilated? The truth is that much like any kind of big city, there are places in Chicago that are perfectly fine and actually like downright awesome. Um, there are also parts of Chicago that are, if you walk down there at the wrong time or even in the middle of the fucking day, it's not good for you. Um, that's just the reality. And Chicago is much like a lot of other major cities where you can spend an entire day in Chicago and have one of the best experiences of your life where things are clean and people are nice and it's safe and all of this stuff. But you can go, you can drive down, 6 blocks one way or whatever, or 10 minutes one side, and it's a completely different experience, And Chicago's massive too. So
I got shot at in Philly. Actually, I wasn't shot at. There was just shots.
shots.
Yeah, I went to Eldridge freaking picked me up in Philly about like midnight. And I wanted to see the Rocky statue. It was all closed. So on my Instagram, I'm like recording. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the Rocky statue. And you hear it, pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, what the heck was that? So I showed the the Elders is in the car, like, get the freak in the car.
That's wild.
Yeah. I posted it on the Instagram. It's like pop, 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 pop. It was, I mean, I guess it was close enough to hear. We then went to after that, he took me down to Pat's and Gino's to get their famous sandwiches over there. So yeah.
I mean, it's the same in Orlando. Like
don't go to Pine Hills.
Yeah, there are parts of Orlando that if you go to that, you're like, oh my God, I don't feel right here. I don't feel good here. I need to hurry up and get the fuck out of here. It's the same in pretty much every major city that I've spent any significant time in,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
If you find yourself in Pine Hills where it's like, hey, this place is close to Disney, like Universal, come to Pine Hills. Don't go to Pine Hills.
All right, Jay, we got a trailer we need to watch.
Yes.
Not Wonder Man. I think we missed the opportunity to react to the Wonder Man trailer, I think. You know what we should react to?
No.
We got to react to this new trailer that dropped for, if I can actually find it, because it doesn't want to show me at my Chrome tabs. Let me cancel this real quick. We got to react to this Young Washington trailer from Angel Studios. Why isn't it showing? Here it is. Finally
Freaking awesome.
Finally found it in my Chrome tab. Young Washington. This trailer just dropped. Angel Studios released this trailer. It's supposed to release 4th of July weekend next year. And we got the first trailer for it. And I'm kind of shocked at some of the star-studded cast and everything. But it's about a young George Washington. Here we go.
What happened, Washington? All those bullet holes in your jacket. How are you alive?
I don't know. You have no military service.
And it's just around the bend.
You are a boy. You are not British, yet they send you to speak for them. So that when you fail, they'll have someone to blame.
Young Washington, you lost in the New World.
Who does own this land, if not the one who has the will to tame it? You do not want to start a war.
What do we do?
We fight! Hold your ground! There is no retreat!
What are you called?
My name is George Washington.
Help us make this the #1 movie on America's 250th.
There you go, from Angel Studios, releasing on the country's 250th birthday. How about that, Jay?
It looks awesome. I can't wait. It looks freaking awesome. Angel Studios doing the work, you know? I wonder what the budget is for this thing compared to all the slop that the over budgeted crap that we've been getting recently. I think it looks fantastic. So I think it looks fantastic.
I do too. I mean, like,
definitely gonna go
obviously,
see
it looks
this.
like there's a lot of actors and practical stuff going on, and obviously your costuming department and stuff like that. It's not going to be like a CGI fest, right? It's gonna
Yes.
be like back in the 1700s, but it looks like obviously set during this French Indian War type of time frame, so you're going to get a lot of that stuff. I was surprised by the people in this, by Kelsey Grammer, Ben Kingsley, Andy Serkis in this movie. It's a hell of a supporting cast, but I think it looks great. I'm going to go watch this on 4th of July next year.
Absolutely. So it's a Wonder Project film. I believe Angel Studios is the distributor. I think that's how that is. Or do I have that backwards?
I am not sure about
think that's
exactly
what that
that
is.
relation. I know that Wonder Project and Angel Studios are both involved,
Yeah.
obviously. But
If anything's gonna save the cinema is projects like these that don't have any woke crap, that's like adventurous, fun, tell a different story. I don't think we've ever gotten a good George Washington film. Ever. Maybe there's just not a movie to be told or a story to tell on that, but I don't think we've ever got a good George Washington. We've had a couple of Abraham Lincolns, even Abraham Lincoln fighting vampires, you know?
we did have that. We did have
So it's
Abraham
like,
Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
let's
or
get a
whatever.
freaking George Washington, you know? Then we can have the George Washington movie where he rides a T-Rex, you know, like a velociraptor. Some of those memes out there. It looks good, man. It looks good. I can't wait to watch it.
I'm cool with it. I like the
Yeah.
idea of it.
It looks freaking good. Again, I only bring up budgets because like I know we're going to talk about the freaking Star Wars movie that was where the heck, I mean, where do they spend this money when we get to that? It's like, I wonder what the budget for Young Washington is. If it turns out to be a great film, you know, if it has a sensible budget compared to the Rise of Skywalker being what, the third most expensive movie ever made, something like that.
Look, give me some more historical shit. Give me some more historical, stories, Revolutionary Wars. I'm cool with that, dude.
I love it.
As long as we're not making everybody black like Netflix did it or something. Like, let's see it. I'm excited. So we'll see how it goes. Next year, 4th of July weekend. I know what I'll be seeing.
It's going to be a big year.
I think so. Jay, you want to read a couple super chats?
Sure.
Cool.
I don't know where you left off.
I've unstarred. There should only be 7 left, but you can start from the bottom if you want.
Sure. Does this mean we're not getting a nightly show? We covered that.
No, that's already done. So I don't know what's not unstarred for you.
Yeah, gotcha.
There you go.
Cable Watson for $2. Gosh dang, Jay, looking fine. Call me later, stud. I don't got your number. But it sounds like you're a man, so I don't swing from that coconut tree. Just FYI. Victor for $5. Good morning, fellas. Let's go Dodgers. What a game. I swear this team loves giving us fans high blood pressure. God bless the both of you. I'll take that blessing. I'll take it. Thank you so much. Ryan, that's for Ryan. So maybe I'll save that for him when he gets back. So let me unstar these. Wildman for 2 says Angel Studios is awesome and wholesome. Yeah, they had I I think they released a family. Was it last Christmas? It's called King of Kings, I believe. Last Christmas, and they did the story of Jesus. And I thought it was fantastic. I went and saw that in the theater with a whole bunch of people, and we just had a great time doing the whole thing. So good on them, man. Keep making wholesome movie. We need more of that. Oh my gosh, Washington is actually white. Looks decent. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you were frozen there.
I was
Looking like this.
That's
I don't
weird.
know. That was kind of weird.
Oh, I'm right here.
I saved this super. Yeah, the fact
I
that
had to
Washington's-
piss. So
Oh no, that's fine. This super chat is for you. So I saved it. I didn't read it.
Coastin, Ryan, next time you pass through Indy, stop by Sam's Square Pie. Best Detroit style pizza I ever had. Folks drive all the way from Fort Wayne for it. Sam's Square Pie. I can't say I've ever had that one, but I'll have to try it next time I'm in the area. But usually when I'm down in Indy, passing through Southern Indiana, I always got to go to Arnie's. Arnie's is one of my favorite pizza places in that area. They use it's thin crust pizza, but they use the diced pepperonis. That's my favorite, dude. I love when you can find a pizza place that use diced pepperonis instead of just kind of the normal slices of pepperonis, because then you just get some in every bite and it's so perfectly distributed throughout the pizza. I love diced pepperoni pizza, man. But I'll try to keep it in mind, Sam. Or not Sam, Coastin. I'll try to keep Sam's Square Pie. I like Detroit style pizza. Madney for 2. Not enough diversity. 0 out of 10.
Not enough.
Doug B for $10. Ben Kingsley is the GOAT. He was awesome in the Bible collection movies from the 90s. The Bible collection.
That's a good cast there. You know, Kelsey Grammer.
Andy
Serkis.
Serkis.
Gollum in there, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was surprised by. All the Mo kisses for 2. Did Ryan have to take a shiitake? No. I would have been gone a little longer than that if I had to take a shiitake.
I didn't get the memo if it was number 1 or number 2, so that's why I was kind of going slow on reading it.
Usually I'm fine holding it like throughout like long streams or whatever. I had to piss so bad. So bad. Bobarelius for 5. Did you fall out of a coconut tree? Jay, no, but I did feed a giraffe at the zoo. What's that?
I did feed a giraffe at the zoo. No, someone said I looked fine to call them, and I said, if you're a guy, I don't swing from that coconut tree.
Oh, you're talking about Cable Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some gays that watch us, you know. We got some gays that watch us.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment.
Maybe even have some trans viewers, you know. You never know.
We do. They don't really like us, but they watch every single day. Those haters that show up, they're definitely trans.
I'm gonna be real. We have a handful, a very small handful of transgender fans that watch us. Not many, but they exist out there.
They're mostly there for Jeremy, but
yeah, obviously. That's why they don't like us very much. They don't like it when we host, Jay. They don't like it when we host. You were talking about the budget of George Washington and stuff like that, and
yes,
why that was on your mind. Well, it's on your mind because somehow, some way, even years after the last movie in Disney's Star Wars sequel trilogy came out, The Rise of Skywalker, somehow still they're paying people, like not a lot, but here and there, they're still paying off some crew or somebody for something or whatever, to the point where we finally now have a finalized number for The Rise of Skywalker, what they spent to make this dog shit movie. And Jay, it's a lot. Disney revealed today that the total cost of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker was $593.7 million, making it the 3rd most expensive movie in history. I believe that's behind Jurassic World Dominion and The Force Awakens. And you know, if you're doing something like, if you're going to spend $600 million making a movie like they did for Force Awakens, which I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you spend that much money making a movie, but they did. If you're going to spend that much money, you damn well better get your $2 billion at the box office like Force Awakens did. Unfortunately, that was not the case for Disney Star Wars when it came to this movie. $600 million. Now, it should be noted that since it was made in the UK, and this is the only reason we're hearing about this, otherwise they would have gone with the lie they told us about it only costing $250 million or whatever. But they are forced to get the tax benefits. They are forced to disclose these numbers publicly. And because they did in the UK, they got about $100 million in tax incentives back. So it takes the total spending for this movie. Let me scroll all the way down so I can find it. The total spending for this movie is just a measly $490 million, Jay. 500
That
million.
is, what the heck did they spend that on? You know, I mean, you're going to say you're going to have your money laundering stuff. You're going to have weird bonuses. What the heck did they spend it on? And they were hoping too. They were probably hoping the third movie in the trilogy was going to go gangbusters, because that's normally how it works, right? The third movie of the Star Wars trilogy is going to do better than all the other two. It's a build up to the hype. We were all set. You know, we heard the Palpatine laugh in the teaser trailer. We were ready, man. That thing was going to hit $5 billion. Let's spend the money. It's all good. We got it. We brought back J.J. Abrams, you know, to tie this thing all up perfectly. The worst piece of trash ever seen, man. That is the worst Star Wars movie ever to hit the big screen. That is the worst. It is worse than Solo. It is worse than the other two. It is the worst, dumbest movie that made no sense. You had to walk around, find a dagger on the ground, you know, that they just magically tripped and kicked over. Oh, here it is. The Jawas didn't find it.
A dagger that was an ancient Sith dagger, yet somehow had a part in it that exactly lined up with the outline of the fallen Death Star.
Yeah, just like 30 years before. It's perfect. And then after they go through the Death Star, they didn't even need to do that. You know, all they had to do was take Kylo Ren's TIE fighter and fly it around, you know, and holy crap. Somehow Palpatine's returned.
And so when you factor in, you know, this movie made a little over $1 billion at the box office, and obviously it was touted as a huge success. Like the reason you have to take these things into consideration, if they spent $200 million on it, you know, it would have been a huge success at $1 billion. Even if it lost half its audience from Force Awakens, it still financially would have been a success. The problem is it's not when you spend this much. $500 million. This is not including marketing costs. This is just to make the movie. They spent another probably 150 million more on marketing. Like that's a relatively conservative estimate based on what we've seen before. So with $1 billion at the box office, you get about a 50-50 split from the box office. Then you add that 150 million. This movie lost well over $100 million for them. Easily.
Easy. Like, what the heck?
And it's wild. And you know, as this is happening, ironically enough, you know, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy did an interview, like this big profile that Variety did on her, where they talked about all the things she's done and all of this stuff. Yet somehow her big Star Wars project never gets mentioned. So obviously a lot of people are speculating, does that mean it's canceled? Does that mean it's done? Does that mean it's over? Blah, blah, blah. But the fact that it's been so long since it's been announced and they didn't even mention it in Variety's profile is interesting. But even when Disney doesn't put anything out for a while, or Disney Star Wars, they can't help but have something embarrassing happen. You know, they recently announced that there's a new book coming out called Legacy, which, again, stay away from that name, you fucking cocksuckers. There's already an awesome Star Wars story called Star Wars Legacy. Keep it out of your fucking mouths, Disney.
Can't help themselves, man.
But it's a book that takes place between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. And it's all about Leia training Rey. Isn't that exciting, Jay? Don't you want to go pick that up and read that right now?
It's wonderful. The books that have come out from Star Wars have just been fantastic. You remember the old Star Wars hotel, the Galactic Star Cruiser, how they decided to change all the stories in Star Wars so they can add the Star Wars hotel to be a part of the new lore, so people might want to spend the $6,000 to spend the night there. I love that. They changed the story of Han and Leia, all that. They changed some of the stories between Anakin and Padme just to fit the stupid Star Wars hotel, and they ended up closing it in a year. It's just, how do you take an IP that should be printing out money for you, hand over fist, like it's nothing, and totally, I mean, there should be studies on this, that you take an IP such as Star Wars and how to completely turn it into a brand that no one cares about. No one cares about your comics. No one cares about your books. No one cares about your hotel. No one cares about your movies. No one cares about this character. I didn't think they could ruin it that bad, but holy crap. They exceeded my expectations on how they totally have destroyed Star Wars.
Jay, if they try the Galactic Star Cruiser again, are you going to turn your channel back into a Star Wars channel?
I'm done. No, that was a good run. I had a good run. I'm having such a great time. The Welcome to Rebellion podcast in the morning. Like, that's just, I love doing that. Like every morning, I love doing that. So no more Galactic. So actually, the reason why that made me think about it, there actually has been permits filed for complete and demolishment, like to demolish part of the Star Cruiser and rebuild that whole area. So that was kind of like,
use it, right? They took a big tax write down.
Yeah,
essentially, so they wouldn't be able to use that for anything, really. So that's all they have to do. They have to, take it down somehow.
They've been using it for allegedly they've been using it for offices for creative
and storage space or whatever.
Yeah, storage. So
they couldn't like. That's why when people are like, are they going to turn it into a Guardians of the Galaxy? They couldn't, like,
no,
unless you wanted to not take that $200 or $300 million tax write down that they got from it.
Right.
They couldn't.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, James Gunn, we need you to build a hotel.
Gonna be a lot of.
Sorry, I know that's like another story. Freaking Star Wars, dude, man. Oh, Ryan, do you remember the days they could put the Star Wars name on just about anything and people would run to buy it?
I remember it was 2015, Jay, and I hated that so many people liked what I thought was a dumb, retarded fucking movie. And I was like, I guess Star Wars isn't for me anymore.
I mean, before that, it was like it's Star Wars everything. We just ran to buy it. That's links.
Well, for sure, but 2015 was very much proof that you could, at that point in time, with enough gap between movies, slap Star Wars on something.
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. Correct.
In droves. It's just sad you never went to the Star Cruiser, Jay. That you never got loaded in that fucking.
I was trying
abduction
to get in for
van.
I was trying to get in free. I talked to everybody that I knew that works at Disney, everybody on a regular basis. And remember there was one time where this guy thought that he could get me in for free. Remember, didn't I contact you? I was like, hey man, would you like to go? Like, I think we could get in for free. I thought I remember I texted you about it and he couldn't do it because they were going to close it. So
you remember Josh D'Amaro in his that stupid video they made for it with his stupid fucking mask?
He put a mask on and he
playing the Star Wars game or like the lightsaber light game that they had, bro.
Oh man, what a time!
Might be your new Disney CEO.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be crazy if he becomes a CEO because of how fed up people are with the theme parks right now.
He's just as bad as
we saw him get fucking booed.
Yeah. He's just as bad as Iger.
That was the last. I don't know if that was D23 or what. I forget what it was, but the last time he gave that presentation about the theme parks, he got booed.
Oh
off
yeah,
the stage.
Not happy. Not happy at all.
And that's the dude who's supposed to become the next Disney CEO. The guy who they're already unhappy with what he's done in the parks. Go for it. Unapologetic art. Worst Star Wars movie so far, Jay.
That's correct. Okay, I stand corrected. You're correct.
Bungles Twanger for 2. No study needed, Jay. It's called money laundering.
I knew someone would say that. Yeah.
Bungles Twanger for 5. I work in Hollywood and have seen it firsthand. People are in it for the money and the ability to take selfies as they cosplay being movie makers. A lot of different producers, I'm sure, got a lot of money on, Rise of Skywalker. Red Mage for $20. DEI, but also delusional thinking they can make it better than the original. We've seen the same people outright say they think they can tell a better story, their version, better than the original. Made for a modern day, Jay.
You know what's crazy?
What?
When it comes to Star Wars, they could have walked into any Barnes and Nobles and looked at anything from the EU with the stuff already written and just go, okay, the next film will be this, and just close their eyes and picked one. And it's like the script is there, the story is there, the characters are there. Just stick with the book. Print money, dude.
They could have. That would have been like the super low effort version. And I always said that I didn't want them necessarily to like adapt all these stories that already did exist. At least I didn't want that to be their main focus. I thought they could,
Correct.
You could adapt some of them at some point in time and maybe even do some animated adaptations of them. But there is plenty of room to do your own stuff that still fits within that, where you can still use those characters, where you can still use that baseline for your world. If you truly want to tell a different story or a new story within the world, you could have had everything that you wanted. Could have had everything. And now I'm glad that they didn't.
Yes.
Right? Because we could only imagine the dog shit they would have turned out. Look at how the characters that have been adapted by these queers and how they've turned out. I mean, Dave Filoni is the biggest piece of shit in the world because of all of the expanded universe characters he's taken in his stories and completely destroyed them. Like Thrawn, for instance.
They kind of did, right? Like with the sequel trilogy, that was kind of like the Jason Solo story, was it not? Sort of. Like
I mean,
a small fragment, like they just kind of took the premise and like tried to put that out there.
Well, look, Luke and Mara's child is named Ben. They decided to use Ben for Han and Leia's kid in this. Right. Obviously, there are some parallels with Kylo Ren and Jason Solo at some point in the stories. So yeah, you could view it as a cheap ripoff version. There are even elements of Rey where she has quasi elements of Han and Leia's daughter, Jaina. And so when that was being made, there was a lot of people speculating about those characters, that they were some adaptation of Jason and Jaina and stuff. Tobias for 5. The single phrase that kills any project it touches, be it game, movie, or book, made for a modern audience. That's true. You think the Peacemaker was made for a modern audience, Jay?
Absolutely.
It may have just been made for James Gunn. To be honest,
why was it even made at this point? He had nothing better to do.
It genuinely may have just been made for James Gunn. He really seems to like it. He seems to love it. Remember, James Gunn said that Peacemaker Season 2 is his favorite thing that he's done in history, ever. Yes. His all-time favorite project that he's ever been involved in. Now, could that be because there was so much of this in it? Because James Gunn got to watch his wife get fucked by so many people? Possibly.
That was good, man. I didn't expect that.
Jay, what if I told you? What if I told you that we can listen to an entire clip of James Gunn talking about how it was to watch his wife kiss another man?
Oh, let's do it.
And what if I told you that in this scene, James Gunn is quite literally watching. He's there in the background. He put himself in his own show. He put himself in his own show in the background of a scene where you get to see John Cena kiss his wife.
Lovely.
Let's listen to the man, the myth, the legend, talk about how cool it is to watch somebody kiss your wife.
And I mean, I also understand that it must be weird seeing your wife kissing another person.
Yeah.
I don't ever think about it like that though. When two actors are on screen, it just doesn't. It doesn't feel. It feels so technical.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and this
And
was
there's
especially
lights, and it's like
this was especially technical because we had the Phantom camera and everything was in slow
So cool.
motion, and you guys had to go back in a certain way. Then you had to come together, and then the camera ramps down. Ramps down means it goes faster,
Back to
and so it's.
and you literally just have to do it over and over.
And we had to do it over and over,
again.
and then you're standing on the lazy.
We had to do it over and over and over and
Holy
over again
crap.
while I sat there and watched. Holy shit.
Susan, as we're curling around you, and it wasn't only that I had to direct you kissing a man, it was that I had to kiss you directing a man in
No,
front
you have
of
to direct me kissing.
what?
You said I had to kiss you directing a man.
I wish. I had to direct you kissing a man in front of like 200, 300 extras
Yep.
more that were, a lot of whom were fans. And so it was just, the whole thing was kind of weird before it happened.
Really?
I literally, I was uncomfortable about it, admittedly. I was like, I don't want to do this. Like,
I think we're
but,
getting that right now.
but then
I think I'm getting that you were uncomfortable about it. But remember, I told you I really wanted to do it, right? And you said you were okay with it, so you let me do it anyway. Oh, bro,
Good
this
Lord.
is weird energy.
once
Yeah,
we were
very.
doing it, I didn't give a shit. Like, I was totally
you
fine.
did. You instantly
I was
let it
looking
go.
at the kiss as like, I'm fucking loving it because it's like these
Oh.
beautiful shots. I mean, some of our best shots ever
That's
from
really
the
cool.
series are in that sequence.
By the way, I'm sure it wasn't great for John either. His wife Shay is
Yeah,
like
she was there.
down on the
Shay-
on the,
Shay was
the
sitting
next
beside me.
level of. Oh, she was.
Shay was
there
with me the
watching
whole
this,
time.
yeah.
Bro, two people are being cuffed commiserating over it.
Holy crap.
All
She
jokes
was with
aside,
me.
All jokes aside, I genuinely don't think that I could ever be in a relationship with an actor or actress like that because I don't think that I could handle that. Even though it's acting, like I don't know if that's something I could handle for real.
No, I'm good. I'm good with it too.
Yeah, as if I'd ever have that fucking option or whatever, but still. But James Gunn, just can't help but continue to talk to people about Peacemaker because obviously people are not happy. It's the lowest rated episode of Peacemaker. People are blasting it. People are saying James Gunn, he's just a one-trick pony and he does the same thing over and over and over again. Now he's out there, talking to people. Hey, I was hoping for a big reveal in the finale, but we didn't get it. Well, no, Martian Manhunter's not there, but I don't get that people don't think there are big reveals here, including Checkmate and Salvation. You gave no payoffs. It was only potential setups for something in the future. And that's one of the reasons people are pissed. Another one, and there are people saying, hey, James Gunn said there was going to be a bunch of cameos. They're even pulling up one thing where he hinted that Blue Beetle was going to be in this thing. Why did you lie about Blue Beetle being there? We miss Jaime Reyes. And James Gunn's reply is literally this. I never said Blue Beetle was going to be there. I said people might be in luck who want to see Blue Beetle again.
Nice little word salad there.
Bro, he is such a fucking liar. He lies about everything. But Jay, guess what? Lanterns will be really important for setting things up in the DCU, so you better watch it, guys.
Yep, that's it. Lanterns. It's going to be the key to it all. So make sure you watch. Is this a movie or a series?
Series.
It's a series. Okay. Wow.
Bro, a good Green Lantern series could be so fucking cool. It could be so cool. But Jay, here's one of the problems. I'm looking up First Look at Lanterns right now. Because although I like the castings for an older Hal Jordan and for a Jon Stewart and stuff like this, I like the castings. Here's the problem. This was the first look we got at this series. We haven't seen anything else after this. how in the world would you know? Like, if by looking at this picture, does this give the vibes of a cosmic, intergalactic, huge, crazy superpowers space police adventure?
Well, it's kind of like Guardians,
God.
you know? It's gonna be like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what he says about everything.
What he said about Supergirl. Supergirl's going to kind of be like Guardians. Even the things he doesn't direct are going to be like Guardians, apparently. Holy fuck.
I know. Supergirl's gonna be like Guardians. So yeah, this could be like Guardians, you know? That looks like two guys whose car broke down and they're trying to make their way to the nearest gas station.
This looks like anything but a cosmic, like, space cop fucking intergalactic story.
And you can see like the stain on the far left of that picture. A car just broke down. They're just like,
bro, the only way you can tell is if you see his ring right here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice it.
It looks like a random show on an AMC about like a fucking down and out farmer whose ranch isn't doing very well, and the random biracial farmhand that he hired who gets into bar fights or something. I don't know. It doesn't look like a Green Lantern show. I would love if the Lantern show was fucking awesome, because I love Green Lanterns. But dude, I don't know.
No, it's you wonder how if this thing bombs as well and Supergirl does terrible. You wonder how long like this whole experiment's gonna last, you know? You just wonder. Are they just gonna let it ride while they're trying to work on a sale or a merger or something like that? They're just gonna like, well, we're gonna let him do his thing while we focus on this other stuff. Or will the rumors be true that they're gonna like move away from James Gunn?
Well, look, I think anything's up for grabs if they sell, obviously, because there will be different people potentially in control. But assuming that no sale goes through, and I think a sale's a little unlikely at this point in time, but who knows what can happen. If it doesn't, what I believe is that they will let things play out. We're going to see Clayface. We're going to see Supergirl. And then what I think is going to be the big determining factor for what the future of this looks like, James Gunn at the helm, all this stuff, will be Man of Tomorrow. Will be the sequel to Superman, Man of Tomorrow, in 2027. Because at that point, you'll have a handful of television shows, you'll have a couple movies and stuff, and that will give us, like, how that does and how that's received will give us a really good idea if, from the executive's mind, if it's worth doubling down on this, or if maybe we're on the wrong path and we need to blow it up, you know?
If they blow it up, are we going to go through this whole process again? All right, well, we got this guy in next for the DC, and he's going to start off with a Superman film. Maybe we'll just kick off the Batman. You know, who knows?
American Man for $5. Ryan's Bears winning, and my Dodgers taking one in Milwaukee last night. We're all winners. Oh, wait, Jay's a Dolphins fan. Just me and Ryan then.
Big time, yeah. Dolphins. I want them to lose I'm winning when they lose. That's where I'm at. So as long as they're losing, I feel like we're winning, because I want them to lose every single game the rest of the year.
New coach, new quarterback.
I want everybody gone, dude. We never really had a full reset. Just get them out, all of them. Get whatever trade thing you can get for any of them. Tyreek, Tua, get them out. Just start over. It's just not working here. I hope they succeed everywhere else they go. Kind of like the Baker Mayfield over in Tampa. He kind of floated around a little bit, then he found a home there. He's doing pretty well. So,
well, Blake Trinan had a big ninth inning there for you there, American Man. There was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my life in that game, by the way. But that's a story for a different stream. Francisco Sanchez Jr. for $10. I watched James Gunn Slither for the first time yesterday. I was really bored with it. That movie showed me how he has not evolved as a writer in 20 years. I think he's a one-trick pony. I think that's what he is. And does the same trick over and over again in but sometimes multiple times in the same episode. The fucking needle drops in that fucking finale of Peacemaker was crazy. Joe Music for 2. I see James Gunn directing the next Freak Off.
Maybe
Maybe
4 years, right?
Ronan for $2. James Gunn is the multiverse version of Ryan. Me? Or why me? I don't want James Gunn to be connecting me in any way. I'm the version of James Gunn where I didn't get divorced from Jenna Fisher. Maybe. I don't know. But that is it. And we're almost exactly at an hour, Jay. Look at how that works. It is 12 p.m. on the dot. We run a tight ship here. Geeks and Gamers in the morning when me and Jay are on, usually.
Yeah, so tonight, Tuesday night's main event. That's it.
Tuesday night's main event tonight. Don't miss it. What is it, like 6, 7 p.m. Eastern, something like
that? 6 p.m. Eastern, yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today. I don't have too much going on. I stream on Wednesday nights, so it should not be me and Jay here tomorrow for Geeks and Gamers Daily, but somehow, some way, the show will go on.
That's correct.
I don't know who will be there, but somebody will, and I'm sure you'll love them. I'm sure you'll love them. All right. That is it for us today. We'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye, everybody, and fuck James Gunn.